Hi guys, welcome to the channel. Just something a little different today. I wanted to just put my thoughts across about obviously PlayStation not releasing games on discs as of 2028. Um, and I'm like more of a retro gamer and I do like my PC stuff now. I'm getting more into my PC gaming and we've been discless for a long time. And obviously Steam's got the monopoly on PC. Um, but there is a different. I think there's a difference between Steam and the digital stores on the Xbox, PlayStation, and Nintendo, which I'll get into a little bit later on. I'm just going to do this ad hoc. I haven't got a script or anything. I'm just going to tell you how I feel about where the gaming market's going and gone. So starting off with Sony, really not releasing games on discs, which is really sad because I'm a collector. I've been a collector for years. I've got quite a fairly extensive like gaming collection and also Blu-rays and DVDs. Um, I don't really we as a family or for people who follow the channel, I've got a wife and daughter as well, so we've got streaming services obviously because it's just convenient and it's easy for things. It's easier and not for the streaming services, but I'll get on to films in a bit. So when Sony announced this, like it's sort of massive, obviously this massive news, they also shut down servers for the PS Vita and PlayStation 3. So you can no longer access anything from their stores, which it's a bit strange. One hand, you say we're going digital, but they've just switched off the PlayStation 3 and PS Vita, obviously, service. So I know you're going to say that there's a lot of people aren't on PlayStation 3 anymore and Vita, but if you're going digital, surely you should obviously have that digital store up still for them for people to buy the games. Um, I know there's a heck. I know they've had a lot. I'm not. I have a PlayStation 5, but I know that a lot of people. I'm more of an Xbox guy, so I know a lot of people from what I've heard over the last few days are still playing PlayStation 4. Nobody's jumped to the PlayStation 5, um, and I can understand that. To be honest, with the releases from PlayStation on the PlayStation 5, a lot of them have been like remakes and remasters, haven't they? Um, so that's probably, I don't know, that's maybe part of their thinking. But what that also, just with like the discless PlayStation 6, which it's probably going to be, um, you're going to have to buy your games again. So everything on the PlayStation 4, PlayStation 5, you're not going to be able to obviously put that disc in, even though it probably won't be backwards compatible. It probably won't be because you're going to have to buy them all again on the store. So you've already bought them. This is one of the issues I've got is that you've already bought them on the PlayStation 4 and 5, but you can't play them on the PlayStation 6. You've got to buy them again, which it's going to be it's going to be expensive because the stores are the on digital online stores on all the consoles are kind of obviously more expensive than just getting a physical copy. The upside is you get it instantly. So it depends which way you want to go. Now, for me, I always try to get the physical release more over digital. I think I'd wait a couple of days for it to obviously arrive, or I'd go to the very few stores. Like in England, we've got Computer Exchange, which is a second-hand store where I go for 99%, well, no, I won't say 99, probably 80% of my things. That and Amazon, really. I sometimes like go to the supermarkets anyway. So just getting back on point, I think it's a very, very disappointing move. I don't know how much it's going to save in the long run, but I would be more happy to spend like pay an extra £5 per game and get a physical release than just have it digitally. Because the main issue I have with obviously the big three, well, obviously Xbox, PlayStation. Actually, what I'll do, I'll put them all in. PC, not so much because I'll bring that up now. Actually, I'll bring that up now. So PC, the difference between PC and Steam and the the obviously the consoles, Sony, Nintendo, Xbox, is that once Xbox have taken your game, once they've taken that off their servers, you cannot play that anymore. Where I think I might be wrong, correct me, but I think that's different on the PC because you have actually got that physically installed and you can use. You don't have to open Steam. I know it's still linked to Steam, but I don't think you've got to load it up through Steam. So that's you've always got that PC game. Whereas, as you've just seen with the servers getting closed off, you haven't got that anymore, which I think's really, really sad. I think you've paid your hard-earned money, and when everything goes digital, when everything goes digital, you don't have that anymore. You don't have that security of, yes, I've got this physical thing, I purchased it, nobody can take that away from me. Whereas with the digital release, it's more like you're renting than you are actually owning anymore. It's the same with obviously streaming. So what you are actually with streaming services, it's a little different. But with gaming, it is more the fact that if you buy, say, Resident Evil Requiem is a new one, isn't it? You've bought that, and then they take it off their servers. You can no longer play that because obviously the license goes. And I think that is where, well, like if it gets unlisted, like we've seen with lots of like PlayStation, Xbox 360 games, well, all the games really that get unlisted. They've still got discs at the moment, haven't they? But if like they get unlisted and you've only got a digital copy, then you've lost that. You can't get a refund for that. You don't get compensated, which that's my main worry. Well, worry and issue with digital, the digital obviously gaming market. It's you don't own anything anymore. And going to the extreme, you might not even know. It come to the point in a few years where you don't actually own your own console. You're just renting it off them. But it's coming to that. I think it's coming to that. Um, I just think it's very sad, to be honest, and I don't see an upside to it. It just makes me want to collect all my. I want to build my collection up as quickly as I can now. I think that's where I would like to go with everything. I I'm not gonna. If I'm more of an Xbox play, I play mostly on Xbox now than the PlayStation. Um, I just play the Xbox like for more the indie games, like for the Game Pass and more indie stuff, like and simulator games on there. I find that a lot. That's where I'm at gaming at the moment. I think AAA titles are just ridiculously expensive, and I'd rather help an indie gamer out, an indie developer out, than obviously the AAA titles anymore. Um, so that's where I'm at with it. I'm not going to buy a PlayStation 6. Um, and if Xbox go down the same route, which I really hope they don't, I'm not going to buy a new Xbox. I'll just stick to the consoles I've got now, with where I can put a disc in and I can play that disc, and my PC. Well, hopefully that I'm correct with the fact that you can still play the games offline and without a Steam account and stuff, because they're actually physically installed on your PC. I don't think it's like that. It's definitely not. Hopefully, it's not like that for the PC than it is for the Xboxes. Once they've taken it off all the games consoles, if you take it off their servers, then you've lost that game. But I think it's been coming for a while, hasn't it? Really, with the obviously, like I say, the streaming services, and Nintendo did it with the new Switch 2, where they were just doing the keys on the cartridges. At least you still got a physical cartridge, really, even though you still need to download the game. But it's just sad. I like looking. I'll be honest. I really like looking at the games that I have collected and I have got, and go, yeah, they're mine. I've got those. I've worked hard for them. I've gone out and I've got those. Whereas, and then if I really don't want them anymore, I can actually go in and trade them in or sell them. Whereas the online digital stuff, you can't. Once you've spent that money, that's it. That money's gone. Even if you don't like the game, um, it's just sat there, isn't it? So yeah, it's a really sad day. it was a really sad day when I read that, and I just thought, well, is my one of my passions in life is coming to an end. Collecting games. I was just thinking, yeah. Anyway, let me know what you think in the comments, if it's a good or a bad thing. Um, and if you're a collector or not like me, and what you do and don't collect, which I will say I've collect PlayStation 2 and 360 games. That's what really I grew up with. I've got a couple of PlayStation 1 games, but mainly PlayStation 2 and Xbox 360. That's where I really got into gaming and really like found my passion, and what I really loved it. Um, yeah, so let me know in the comment section how you feel about this. Do you think they made a mistake? Do you think it will hurt them? Or do you think they'll just carry on as normal and they won't even listen to anybody? Yeah, let me know in the comment section. Thank you so much for watching. I know it's a bit different, but thank you so much, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.